Hello and welcome. Today's update is very important, especially for seniors, retirees, and anyone living on a fixed income. If you or someone you love depends on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, VA benefits, or a pension, please listen carefully. There's been a lot of confusion, stress, and mixed information circulating recently, and many older Americans are asking the same question. Are new stimulus payments really starting on January 17th? And if so, who qualifies? In this video, we are going to walk through everything step by step, calmly and clearly, so you know exactly what is happening, what is confirmed, and how this may affect your household. Over the past few months, rising prices for food, housing, utilities, and medical care have put enormous pressure on seniors. Many retirees are finding that their monthly checks simply do not stretch as far as they used to. Because of this, lawmakers and federal agencies have been under increasing pressure to provide targeted financial relief, especially for older adults and people with disabilities. This is where the current stimulus payment discussions come in and why January 17th has become such an important date. First, let's clarify what people mean when they hear the term stimulus payment in early 2026. Unlike the large nationwide stimulus checks that went out during the pandemic years, current stimulus-style payments are more targeted. That means they are not always called stimulus checks officially, but they are still direct payments or financial boosts designed to help people cope with higher living costs. These payments may come in different forms, including one-time relief payments, special cost of living support, state-level rebates, or federal supplements tied to existing benefit programs. For many seniors, the most important thing to understand is that you do not need to apply for most of these payments separately if you already receive federal benefits. In many cases, eligibility is based on information the government already has on file, such as your Social Security record, your SSI or SSDI status, or your tax information from previous years. This is especially important for older adults who worry about paperwork or missing deadlines. Now, let's talk specifically about the January 17th payment date. This date is connected to a new round of scheduled disbursements that affect certain groups of beneficiaries. These payments are not the same for everyone, and not every senior will receive money on that exact date. However, January 17th marks the beginning of payments for a defined group of eligible recipients, with additional payments rolling out over the days and weeks that follow. For seniors receiving Social Security retirement benefits, payments continue to follow the regular monthly schedule based on your birth date. However, some beneficiaries may see an additional deposit or adjustment connected to cost of living relief or state-administered programs that coordinate with federal systems. These extra payments are often processed in mid-January, which is why many people are seeing January 17th mentioned in official processing timelines. For those receiving supplemental security income, commonly known as SSI, January is always a critical month. SSI payments are typically issued at the very beginning of the month, but when special adjustments or supplemental assistance are approved, they are often sent separately. Some SSI recipients may receive additional support tied to inflation relief or emergency assistance programs, and these can begin appearing after the middle of the month. Social Security disability insurance recipients are also part of these discussions. SSDI beneficiaries often receive payments on the same schedule as retirement beneficiaries depending on their birth date. If you receive SSDI and meet certain income and eligibility criteria, you may qualify for additional relief payments processed alongside or shortly after your regular benefit. Veterans receiving VA benefits are another important group to mention. While VA payments follow a different system than Social Security, there is coordination when special relief programs are approved at the federal or state level. Some veterans, particularly those who are elderly or disabled, may see additional payments or credits reflected in January, depending on their benefit category and state of residence. One of the most common questions seniors ask is whether these payments are automatic or if they must take action. In most cases, if you already receive benefits through Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or the VA, and your information is up to date, payments are automatic. This means there is no separate application, no phone call required, and no form you need to submit. This is done to reduce stress and prevent scams targeting older adults. However, it is very important to make sure your direct deposit information is current. If you have changed banks, closed an account, or switched from paper checks to direct deposit recently, delays can happen. Keeping your payment information accurate helps ensure that any extra money reaches you without problems. Another issue many seniors worry about is whether these payments count as income and whether they could affect other benefits. In most cases, one-time relief payments do not count as earned income for Social Security purposes. That means they usually do not reduce your monthly Social Security check. For SSI recipients, special rules apply, but many relief payments are excluded from income calculations for a certain period. This gives recipients time to use the money for essential expenses without fear of immediate benefit reductions. It is also important to talk about taxes. Generally, stimulus-style relief payments are not considered taxable income at the federal level. This has been the case with previous relief programs, and current guidance continues to follow that pattern. Still, it is always wise for seniors to keep records of any extra payments they receive, especially if they file taxes or receive assistance with tax preparation. As we move forward, it is crucial to separate confirmed information from rumors. Not every headline you see online reflects an official decision. Payments that begin on January 17th are tied to specific programs and eligibility rules, not a universal check for everyone. Understanding this helps set realistic expectations and reduces unnecessary anxiety. In the next part, we will go deeper into who qualifies, how much money may be involved, what to watch for in your bank account or mailbox, and how seniors can protect themselves from misinformation and scams during this time. Now let's continue by focusing more closely on eligibility, payment amounts, and what seniors should realistically expect in the coming weeks. This part is especially important because understanding the details can help you plan your budget, avoid disappointment, and stay protected from false claims. Eligibility is the key factor in determining who receives payments beginning January 17th. For federal-level relief connected to existing benefit programs, eligibility usually depends on three main things: the type of benefit you receive, your income level, and sometimes your household situation. Seniors receiving Social Security retirement benefits are often eligible for relief measures if their income falls below certain thresholds. These thresholds are designed to focus help on those who need it most, particularly individuals who rely primarily on monthly benefits rather than other sources of income. SSI recipients are often given priority in relief programs because SSI is specifically designed for individuals with very limited income and resources. If you receive SSI, you may see additional support, either as a separate payment or as a supplement that arrives after your regular monthly deposit. These payments are intended to help with essentials such as food, rent, utilities, and medical needs. SSDI recipients may also qualify, especially those who have not seen significant increases in their purchasing power due to rising costs. Since SSDI benefits are based on work history but still fixed, many recipients face the same challenges as retirees. Relief payments for SSDI recipients are often processed through the same systems as Social Security retirement benefits, which means they can arrive without extra paperwork. For veterans, Eligibility depends on the type of VA benefit received and whether the veteran also qualifies under income-based programs. Older veterans, disabled veterans, and surviving spouses are frequently included in relief efforts. Payments may not always arrive on the exact same day as Social Security payments, but January remains a common processing period. The amount of money involved is another area where expectations must be realistic. These payments are not designed to replace monthly income or solve long-term financial challenges. Instead, they are meant to provide temporary relief. Amounts can vary widely depending on the program, income level, and location. Some seniors may receive a few $100s, while others may receive smaller supplemental amounts. Even modest payments, however, can make a meaningful difference when used for groceries, prescriptions, or utility bills. It is also important to understand that some relief payments are administered at the state level, even when they are supported by federal funding. This means that not every senior in every state will receive the same amount at the same time. State agencies often coordinate with federal systems, which is why payments can begin on a specific date, like January 17th, but continue rolling out afterward. One of the most important things seniors can do during this period is monitor their bank accounts carefully. If you receive direct deposit, check for deposits labeled in a way that may differ from your regular Social Security payment. Sometimes relief payments appear with a different description, which can cause confusion. If you receive paper checks, be patient as mail delivery can take longer, especially in winter months. At the same time, this period is unfortunately when scams increase. Scammers know that seniors are expecting payments and may try to take advantage of that. Remember this clearly. Government agencies do not call, text, or email asking for your Social Security number, bank details, or payment to release funds. If anyone contacts you claiming they can speed up your payment or guarantee eligibility, that is a red flag. The safest approach is to rely only on official communications you are already accustomed to receiving. Another concern many seniors have is whether receiving extra money will affect other assistance programs, such as housing support, food assistance, or medical aid. In many cases, one-time relief payments are excluded from income calculations for a certain period. This policy exists specifically to prevent people from being penalized for receiving temporary help. Still, rules can vary, so keeping documentation is always a good idea. Planning how to use these payments wisely can also help. Many seniors choose to prioritize overdue bills, prescription refills, or essential home repairs. Others may set aside a small emergency fund for unexpected expenses. There is no single right way to use the money, but focusing on stability and basic needs can provide peace of mind. As January continues, more information will become available, and additional adjustments or support measures may be announced. Staying informed without becoming overwhelmed is important. Be cautious with headlines that promise guaranteed payments for everyone or claim massive amounts without clear explanations. Reliable information tends to be calm, detailed, and consistent. To close, here is what truly matters. Payments beginning January 17th are real for certain eligible seniors, but they are targeted, not universal. If you receive Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits, and your information is up to date, you may qualify without needing to take action. These payments are meant to provide relief, not to create confusion or fear. By understanding how they work, watching for deposits carefully, and staying alert to scams, you can protect yourself and make the most of any support you receive. The most important takeaway is this: staying informed protects your financial security. Knowing what is confirmed, what is still developing, and what does not apply to you helps you make better decisions and avoid unnecessary stress. These programs exist to support you, and understanding them gives you control. Thank you for taking the time to stay informed, and remember that clear information is one of the strongest tools you have in protecting your future.